hoki mai ki Warrant Fitness. Kua kai paipa a Hine Haig mo te toru te kau mārua tau. Engari ka mutu ai ai konei.
6 o'clock in the morning on December the 28th, 2004. I woke up that morning and my whānau had smoked all my cigarettes and left me with none. And I just went nuts, psycho. And I can't tell you the words I used because they weren't
there was
nice.
a lot of screaming.
Yeah. And then I went down, I went to Noel, to my husband who was in bed, and woke him up to get up and go and get me some cigarettes before I get out. and he did. Oh, hell. He doesn't listen to me often, but he listened to me that day. And he went and he bought me some cigarettes and he came back and he threw them at me. He said, here, have them. You know, I think he was like, yeah, check, get you out of this mood. And so I sat down and I had my cigarette and I just felt, an instant of relief. And then I went to light my second one. And while I was having my second one, I reflected on, gee, yuck. This is what, all over a cigarette. I've been a smoker for 32 years, barring the 5 years that I didn't smoke while I had babies. And on average over those years, I've been smoking between 30 cigarettes and 40 a day. And I'm about to kick that in the past.
Kei te noho tōna matua keke a Joe Ward I tōna taha. Kua paia ki te emphysema nā te kai paipa.
When I hear him coughing and spluttering and, gasping for air, it's not a pretty sight or a pretty sound.
Some days there you just don't want to be around, you just feel fed up because you're gasping for breath.
He nui nā mate ka tae te pā nei kia koe mena ka kai hikareti.
E toru ngā tino wāhanga o te mahere mahi a Hine. Tuatahi ko te acupuncture, tuarua ko te whai tautoko, ā tuatoru ka mahi ai ia kia kore ia e whai wāhi ki te whakaro mo te kai paipa.
Kia ora, here I am at our whānau house, here to have my acupuncture, and yes, I'm very excited.
Acupuncture originated in China, and although it may seem strange and mysterious, it has been tested over thousands of years.
Use a different finger. These two at the top are for relaxation. Did you feel relaxed when I put them in? Yeah. The third one here is for detoxing, and this is the kidneys, this one. The liver and the lungs. And we do it on both sides.
Specific anatomical points in the body are stimulated by the needles for therapeutic purposes.
Typically, I like to see them for 3 days in a row. I found it over working this, it works better. After that, they've cut down usually. Normally they cut down, occasionally they stop completely after the first session. But typically they cut down and down and down and just over a week, basically give it up.
Before acupuncture, the relaxant is a cigarette. Hey, that's what calms the nerves or makes a person feel better or worse or whatever you want it for. And so, yeah, the acupuncture is to replace that.
Well done. The liver. How's it feeling?
Nice. Lovely, thank you.
You might have to sleep on my couch.
I think so.
Ai, ka pai te acupuncture. Engari ka pai rawe te tautoko, mai I ana hoa.
I did tell her that it was going to be really, really hard, that it was probably going to be one of the hardest things she'd do in her life. A lot, compared to other things. And I put it right up there with childbirth, giving up smoking.
Because you've given up smoking yourself?
Been there, done that, bought the T-shirt.
I love my friends dearly, not because she was old. But all my whānau around their age group smoke. And they were two of the few non-smokers from the coast, from home, that had given up smoking, and that was quite inspirational for me because It is a biggie for us, eh? We are big smokers.
We became watchdogs for her because if we went anywhere, it was like, and where are you going? You know, if you just suddenly wanted to sneak off somewhere and
And
you do
remind her
that.
that if there were whānau things where drinking and smoking, you know, they just go together. Just be mindful of that, you know, don't drink too much. You have to give up, you have to practically give up drinking as well because if you get too haurangi, you know, you'll be having a smoke in your hand before you know it.
Kei te taha a hine rawa, I ngā wā ua pai rānei.
Hey, I suppose we did lose our sense of humour in the beginning.
We did.
When you give up, there's nothing to laugh about, eh? You know, there isn't. There's no fun in it, giving up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kia kore ia e koingo mo te hikareti, I whakaroa hine, me whakamahi tōna hine ngaro kia tika. Ā kei te whai ia I te tohu mātauranga.
It means a lot to me to do my studies and to do my studies well, because I want to be able to strive to help our people as much as I can, and if it means I've got to study to get a tohu to do it, then so be it.
Do you find study is a good distraction from smoking?
Oh, absolutely. I you know, like, because instead of having to go outside for that cigarette, I can stay and get a continuous flow of study, and, you know, and with the family, with the whānau and mahi and study. Oh, I don't even know where I had the time to smoke, really.
Most people would be relieved to not have to walk that far anymore, but you've extended your walk.
Oh yeah. This is halfway to where I extended my walk to. My replacing my bad habit with another bad habit was kai. I'll show you, eh?
So, Hine, what's in here?
This is my favourite place in town. My favourite bakery. Come and have a look. Can I have a raspberry custard bun?
Is it a similar sensation to when the smoke used to go through your lungs?
Yeah. And for that reason, it's got to go. I know, I've gained 20 kgs.
Wow.
I know. I've been watching that. Yeah.
So you're a different person in a lot of ways.
In a lot of ways, yeah. I'm more woman.
Tērā wahine, ko muti te kaipaipa, engari kua puki nei tana taumaha, te tekau, rua tekau, kilograma tana taumaha ake naini. Mēnā ka pātau mai ki au, hea te paingo o tērā ki tana mahi kai hikareti, ka pai ke atu tēnei wahine kia mutu te kaipaipa. Ko ia te tino raru o nā kaupapa hauora nei mō tēnei wahine. Ka taia te heke I tana taumaha. Ka taia tērā. Nā wairā ka tika. Engari, ko tērā mena ka kaipaipa tonu, ka raru, mō ake tonu.
What is your current exercise regime? Well, come on then, Hine, we better go and make use of your park. What have been your excuses in the past for not exercising?
Oh, you know, too late, too early, too hot, too cold.
You think it's going to be something easy for you to commit to?
Hell no. No, not at all. It was a task to give up smoking. Now it's a task to give up the kai, and it's going to be a harder task to go for walks.